Well, good morning everyone and welcome to Self-Care Sunday with Sue. I'm Sue Long-Carrick from Sizzling Towards 60 and Beyond, and each Sunday I share with you a tip for self-care that I've either learned during the week or something that I've learned over the years. And I hope that you enjoy the series and you can take away something that will help you live your best version of your life as we are aging well and living well. Now, this week's topic is all about creating our signature self-care cocktail. I discovered a new podcast this week, and it's all about self-care, which was I really enjoyed listening to. It's with Janae Fletcher, and I was looking back through her archives and I noticed one that was about a self-care cocktail, and that really piqued my interest because I wondered what that meant. And I was pleasantly surprised when I went into the podcast because it really aligned with what I believe, because it's all about health. And Janae was talking about health in mind, body and spirit. And that's what I'm all about as well. If you follow my blog, you'll know that I have a very holistic approach to health, because I believe that we can't just have our physical health, we need our mental and spiritual health as well to live the best version of ourselves. And don't we all deserve to be that way? I know I do. So today we're going to talk about a self-care cocktail. And Janae was talking about how we're all individuals, and so our needs are different for self-care. There's so much information out there on any topic, and it's difficult not to fall into the trap of wanting to try everything and thinking that, oh, I must be doing this or I must be doing that, because we have to find what's right for us. And so today we're going to talk about creating our signature self-care cocktail that's just right for you. Now I'm going to give you an example of what would go into my self-care cocktail, and that'll give you an idea of where to start. So first of all, we need to look at our physical health. Now for me, that means keeping active, it means being able to keep up with my grandchildren, it means being able to keep a functional fitness so that as I age, I can bend down, reach, carry groceries, carry my grandchildren and be able to travel. And so we need to build a strong body. And for me, that is by running. I love to run. I love to do yoga and I love to work out, and I also follow a healthy eating plan. Now that doesn't mean that I don't have treats every now and then, but generally it's healthy eating, lots of fresh unprocessed foods, and it's all about 80% nutrition and 20% exercise. And it's really only 30 minutes a day that you need to do for exercise that will keep your body strong. The key is that you need to find something that you enjoy, because once you find an activity you enjoy, you're going to stick to it. It might be dancing, swimming, even hula hooping, anything that will get you moving and get you active. And so those ingredients of exercise and eating well are two that will be part of my signature cocktail. The next thing is all about our mental health, and I'm very passionate about that. And keeping good mental health is the key to living well. So for me, exercising is an important ingredient in my mental health cocktail, because once you exercise, you feel fabulous afterwards. Your endorphins are, get going, and you might feel tired after a workout, but you just feel great. Mentally, it reduces the stress and anxiety, and I know I can feel I can do anything after I've had a good run or a good workout. But that's not the only ingredient that would go into my signature cocktail for my mental health. I love to get lost in a book. I love reading, and I love taking time out during the day to just while away a couple of hours and read a good book. I'm lucky to live by the ocean, so every morning I get up and go out and sit on the balcony and look at the ocean, and that brings me some mental relaxation. I like walking along the beach, catching up with friends, and of course spending time with my family and beautiful grandsons. So they're all, a little bit of this and a little bit of that would go into my cocktail. And finally, it's all about our spiritual side as well, because we're all spiritual in our own way. Some of you may follow a formal religion and others don't, but our spiritual side is the way we connect with ourselves. And it is also about trying to find ways to find joy in our life. And a big part of spirituality is having gratitude. If you pray or meditate, it's usually involving being thankful and being grateful for what we have. And I know I have a morning ritual. I get up, I go out on the balcony or along the beach, and I think of, what I'm grateful for in my life, all the good things in life. But as Janae Fletcher pointed out, we also need to focus on, when life's not going too well, what the good things are from that. And what do I mean by that? Well, life's not perfect, we know that, and we're going to have times when we're not really coping well for whatever reason, or life's just tough. But if we can focus on finding a positive out of that, that's going to help our mental health and strength. Now, it might be that sometimes you just cannot see anything positive in what's happening in your life. But if you can just focus on perhaps the point of, well, I'm learning to be resilient, and find a learning of why something has happened to you, especially when you've come out the other side. It's good to focus on trying to find that positivity as well and not push it aside. Accept that things aren't going well and try to take the best out of it when you can. It might not be at the time, but it might be later on when you're reflecting. So there are a few ingredients that I would put into my signature self-care cocktail. Journaling is another way that people find to cope, or just to get their thoughts out and their emotions down. So there's many ways we can do it. And as I said, it's all about having a signature self-care cocktail, because one cocktail might not taste well to someone else. So what I want you to do today is I want you to take some time, and I'd love you to just take time to see what ingredients you would put into your self-care cocktail, and I'd love you to share them with me in the comments. And have a fabulous day, and I'll see you next week for another tip with Self-Care Sunday with Sue. Bye for now.